My name is Ayamma, and this is my story. I never imagined my life would turn out this way. A single mother of one trying to make ends meet after being abandoned by the woman I thought I would spend my life with. My baby's father, John, accused me of cheating only a month after giving birth. His baseless accusation shattered our family, and he drove me out of his house. Now, he only takes care of his daughter, never sparing me a second thought. Still, I pushed on. I had to survive for my little girl. My small business became my lifeline. But through it all, I had my best friend, Boma. She was my rock, checking in on me often, sometimes taking care of my daughter when I had errands to run. I confided in her, poured out my heart to her, and she was always eager to know how things were with John and I. Have you both sorted out your issues? She would ask. And I never thought it strange. After all, she was my best friend. Nothing in my life seemed to go right. Every time I met a nice man, someone who seemed interested, things would fizzle out quickly. It was as if something or someone was always sabotaging my relationships. I almost started believing the problem was me. But deep down, I knew better. So I prayed. I left everything in God's hands and focused on my business and my child. One day, my world came crashing down in a way I never expected. I had stepped out to buy something across the street. It was a quick errand. My daughter was asleep in her crib, and I figured she would be fine for a few minutes. But when I returned, she was gone. The silence in the house was deafening. Panic took over. I searched every corner, hoping she was hiding somewhere, even though I knew she couldn't have wandered out on her own. I ran outside, asking everyone I could see if they had seen my child. But no one had any answers. My neighbors watched me with pity in their eyes. They whispered among themselves, but no one seemed to know anything. I called John immediately, desperate for help, but all he did was shout at me. He threatened me, saying I had better find our daughter or I should be prepared to pay with my life. His words pierced me deeply. I felt like I was losing the will to live. I called Boma in tears, and she rushed over, comforting me as best as she could. I wanted to go make a report at the police station, but she suggested we wait until the next morning to report to the police, reasoning that they wouldn't take it seriously if it hadn't been 24 hours. I didn't want to wait, but I listened. We spent the night searching everywhere, knocking on doors, hoping for a miracle, but my baby was nowhere to be found. The night turned into a nightmare when John stormed in with the police. Someone had told him I planned to sell our child, and without any evidence, they arrested me. They dragged me to the police station, locked me up like a criminal, and I was left in a cold, dark cell, unable to defend myself, unsure if I would ever see my daughter again. My mind spiraled into hopelessness, and I began to feel like I was losing my sanity. Days passed. No one came to visit me, not even my friend Boma. I prayed, though my strength was gone, but that was all I had left. Then on the third day, John showed up at the station with two other men. The guilt was written all over their faces. I didn't care what they felt. I only cared about one thing. Did you find my baby? I asked over and over again. They told me to calm down, that they would explain everything when we get home. But I couldn't relax. Every second felt like a ticking bomb. When we arrived at the house, John fell to his knees before me, something I never thought I would see. His voice trembled as he begged for my forgiveness. He admitted to his mistake in accusing me to all the wrongs he had done to me. But none of it mattered until he said those words. We found her. We found our baby. Tears filled my eyes, and I nearly collapsed from the relief. But the story behind her disappearance broke me again. It turned out that my daughter had been found in the hands of an elderly woman who ran an illegal baby factory. After being captured and interrogated, she revealed that the person who sold her my daughter was none other than Boma, my best friend. She had claimed my daughter was hers, explaining to the woman that she needed money because the man who got her pregnant had abandoned them both. I felt my heart shatter in 2,000,000 pieces. Boma, my best friend. I couldn't believe it. The betrayal was too deep, but that wasn't the worst part. John, still kneeling down, confessed that Boma had been sleeping with him since the day he threw me and my daughter out of his house. She had manipulated him, fed him with lies about me cheating, all to drive us apart. Everything began to click into place. Boma had been my enemy all along, the very person standing in the way of my happiness. She had poisoned every relationship I tried to build, spreading lies about me behind my back to ensure I remain alone. I stood there, unable to breathe, my hands shaking with the weight of the truth. How could someone so close, someone I trusted, someone who called herself my sister, be the architect of my downfall? Boma has stolen my peace, my love, and nearly my child. But now her reign of deceit was over. You may be wondering what happened to Boma. She disappeared into thin air, and up till now, up until this day, no one has seen or heard from her. It was as if she never existed. Some say she fled the country. Others believed she may have gone into hiding, but no one knows for sure. As for me, I've had to pick up the pieces of my shattered life and move on, though the scars of the betrayal run so deep. But I've learned my lesson the hard way, never to trust anyone, even if they seem as pure as an angel. People wear masks, and sometimes the devil hides behind the sweetest smiles. The moral of the story is sometimes the people closest to us are the ones who do the most damage. Beware of snakes hidden in plain sight, for they may strike when you least expect it. And when betrayal hits you, rise stronger, for life will always find a way to reveal the truth. The end.